It's that time of year again. Everyone's buzzing with anticipation and a little bit of anxiety as we look ahead to what winter 2025 to 2026 might have in store for us. Whether you're a fan of snow days, cozy nights by the fire, or just hoping for a mild season, the big question on everyone's mind is, will this be a winter to remember? Across the country, families are already talking about the forecasts, wondering if they'll be waking up to snow-covered lawns and icy driveways, or if this year will bring something even more extreme. Forecasters, including the trusted Farmer's Almanac and leading meteorologists, are sounding the alarm about a potentially colder, snowier season across much of the US. Their predictions are based on a combination of historical data, current weather patterns, and advanced computer models, all pointing toward a winter that could be both challenging and unforgettable. Early signs are already here. Unseasonably chilly temperatures and early flurries in some regions suggest that winter could arrive ahead of schedule this year, catching many off guard and possibly lingering well into the spring months. Meteorologists are closely watching atmospheric patterns that look strikingly similar to those seen during the historic 2010 to 2011 winter, a season remembered for its relentless snowstorms, record-breaking cold snaps, and cities brought to a standstill by deep snowdrifts. One of the biggest factors this year is the polar vortex. Current models suggest it could weaken at key moments, allowing frigid Arctic air to spill much farther south than usual. This could mean more frequent and intense cold waves, with temperatures dropping well below average for extended periods. For many, that means bracing for long, frigid stretches where venturing outside becomes a real challenge, and daily routines are disrupted by snow and ice. There's even the potential for record-breaking cold in some areas, with thermometers plunging to levels not seen in years. Frostbite and hypothermia risks will be higher, making it crucial to take extra precautions. The consensus among experts: we're gearing up for a wild, memorable winter that could test our resilience and preparation like few before it. Expect significant snowfall in some regions, with the possibility of blizzards that could shut down travel and disrupt daily life for days at a time. In other areas, the story will be prolonged cold, weeks of sub-freezing temperatures that keep lakes frozen and furnaces running non-stop. This isn't just hype. Multiple independent sources, from government agencies to private weather services, agree that this winter could be unusually harsh and demand extra vigilance from all of us. We'll break down what all of this means for your specific region in upcoming segments, but the main message is clear. Start preparing now. Stock up on essentials, check your heating systems, and make sure your car and home are ready for whatever winter throws your way. Stay tuned. This winter will demand respect, preparation, and a little bit of courage. Make sure you and your loved ones are ready for what could truly be a winter to remember. Why all the fuss about this winter? You might have noticed more people than usual checking their weather apps, tuning into the news, or peering anxiously out their windows at the first sign of snow. There's a reason for all this anticipation and concern. It all comes down to a powerful climate phenomenon called La Niña. This weather pattern is driven by cooler than average waters in the central and eastern Pacific Ocean, right along the equator. When these waters cool, they set off a chain reaction that can influence weather patterns not just locally but all around the globe. According to NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, all signs point to La Niña developing this fall. And it's not just a brief visit. Forecasters expect it to stick around well into early 2026, shaping our weather for months to come. One of the biggest impacts of La Niña is how it shifts the jet stream, the fast-moving river of air high above us. During La Niña, the jet stream tends to move northward, which means more frequent and intense storms for the Pacific Northwest and the northern parts of the United States. These areas can expect heavier snowfall, colder temperatures, and more winter weather events than usual. For ski resorts in the northern Rockies, this could mean a banner year, with fresh powder and packed slopes drawing in winter sports enthusiasts. But it's a different story for the Southwest and Southeast, where La Niña often brings drier and warmer conditions. These regions may see less rain and snow, which can impact water supplies, agriculture, and even wildfire risk. The strength of La Niña will play a major role in determining who gets buried in snow and who stays dry. Some years, La Niña is weak and its effects are subtle. Other times, it's strong and the differences between wet and dry regions become dramatic. That's why meteorologists are watching La Niña so closely. It's the backbone of this winter's forecast, shaping everything from snowfall totals to temperature swings across the country. As we move closer to winter, experts will keep a close eye on how strong La Nina becomes. Its intensity could mean the difference between a typical winter and one for the record books, potentially bringing historic storms or unusually mild conditions depending on where you live. For now, think of La Nina as the key ingredient in this year's winter weather recipe. It's the special factor that could spice things up, making this season anything but ordinary. So, as the countdown to winter continues, stay tuned for updates. The story of this season is still unfolding, and La Nina will be at the heart of it all. Make sure you're prepared, because this winter could be one to remember. Out west, winter is never just one story. It's a region defined by dramatic contrasts. And this year, those differences will be even more pronounced. The landscape stretches from the lush, evergreen forests of the Pacific Northwest to the sun-baked deserts of the Southwest, and each area is about to experience a very different kind of winter. That's because La Nina is back, and it's poised to split the region in two, creating a tale of two winters. This weather pattern shifts the jet stream, sending storms on a more northern path and leaving southern areas drier than usual. For the Pacific Northwest and the northern Rockies, this means a wet, snowy season is on the horizon. Skiers and snowboarders can look forward to fresh powder, frequent storms, and some of the best conditions in years. Resorts in these areas are already preparing for what could be a banner year. Northern Utah, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming are all in the sweet spot for above-average snowfall. Mountain towns could see snow piling up early and often, making for a long and exciting winter sports season. But head south, and the story changes. Southern Utah, Arizona, and much of California are likely to see a drier, milder winter. The sun will shine more often and snow will be scarce in the mountains. The main storm track will favor the north, often bypassing the southwest entirely. This means less precipitation for already dry regions, and water supplies could be stretched thin as a result. While California and the Southwest may get the occasional rain shower, it likely won't be enough to make a significant dent in drought conditions or to build up a deep snowpack in the mountains. This winter, it's all about location. The farther north you are, the more winter you'll experience. Think deep snow, icy roads, and frosty mornings. Head south and you'll find milder days, less snow, and a very different winter vibe. This dramatic north-south split is a classic signature of La Nina. It's a pattern meteorologists know well, and it's one that brings both opportunity and challenge to the west. So don't be surprised if you see big differences in weather just a few hundred miles apart. One city could be digging out from a blizzard, while another enjoys a sunny, snow-free day. As winter unfolds, we'll keep a close eye on the storm track and bring you updates on how this tale of two winters is playing out across the west. Whether you're hoping for snow or sunshine, this season promises to be one to watch. The Northern Plains. Great Lakes and New England are set to face the harshest winter conditions. Forecasts call for early, persistent cold and heavy snow, possibly lasting into April. The polar vortex could send waves of Arctic air south, keeping temperatures below freezing for extended periods. Add moisture and you get major snowstorms, especially downwind of the Great Lakes. Expect frequent lake-effect snow and challenging travel. This is the winter to prep your heating and snow removal gear. The combination of La Nina and a volatile polar vortex could make this a season to remember. Extreme cold and consistent snowfall are likely. Get ready for a classic, tough northern winter. The Midwest and north-central states are in for a traditional winter. Cold, snowy, and active. Arctic air from Canada will bring several rounds of bone-chilling cold. Expect regular snowstorms from light flurries to significant accumulations. The pattern will be consistently active with few quiet stretches. Stay alert, conditions can change quickly, so keep your winter gear handy. It may not break records, but it'll be a solid old-fashioned Midwestern winter. Great for winter sports, but be ready for travel headaches. Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio prepare for plenty of cold and snow. The Southeast and South Central states will have a very different winter. The Southeast, think Georgia, Florida, the Carolinas, should expect a mild but wet season, with above-average rainfall. This could help with drought, but also brings a risk of localized flooding. In Texas and the South-Central region, the forecast is more unpredictable. Occasional cold air could clash with moisture, leading to freezing rain or ice storms. The Southeast will mostly see rain, while the South-Central states need to watch for icy surprises. Be prepared for the unexpected, especially in Texas and Oklahoma. Stay tuned. Small shifts in the storm track could change everything. Meteorologists are comparing this winter's setup to the epic 2010 to 2011 season. That year brought massive blizzards and severe cold nationwide. We use pattern matching, comparing current ocean and atmospheric conditions to past years, to find these analogs. Other similar years like 2007 to 2008 and 1998 to 1999 also saw major winter weather. While no two winters are identical, these historical matches boost confidence in a wild season ahead. The combination of La Niña and ocean temperature patterns is lining up just like those landmark winters. This historical context is a big reason forecasters are sounding the alarm. If you remember 2010 to 2011, you know what could be coming. As exciting as these forecasts are, remember, long-range predictions aren't perfect. The atmosphere is complex, and small changes can lead to big surprises. Seasonal outlooks are educated guesses, not guarantees. Use them as a guide to prepare, not a promise of specific events. The most accurate forecasts come just days before a storm. Stay flexible and keep up with updates as winter approaches. Think of this as the opening chapter. The real story unfolds week by week. We'll be here to guide you through whatever winter brings. So, what should you do now? Start preparing. Don't wait for the first snow. Get your home, car, and family ready. Check your heating system and seal up drafts. Prep your car winter tires, battery check, and an emergency kit with blankets, snacks, and a flashlight. Make a family emergency plan for power outages or severe storms. Stock up on essentials, food, water, medications, and batteries. Stay informed with local weather updates and apps. Being prepared turns stress into peace of mind. The long-range outlook gives us a heads up, but details will change. With a little preparation, you'll be ready for whatever this winter brings. Stay safe and stay warm.